All right, so I just got back from seeing Playboi Carti live, and I just have a few thoughts. As someone who has mainly been to punk or rock shows, especially hardcore shows, I've really always admired Whole Lot of Red, and especially a few songs off of Music for being very just hardcore and just punk driven, nasty, aggressive, energetic. And I've been wanting to see Playboi Carti for a very long time. And after seeing him, I was honestly blown away. I thought it was a really good show. There were kind of a few things that were off to me, but for the most part, it was pretty good. And the best parts, I loved how energetic it was. I loved the lights, the fire, the fog. It was a very well curated atmosphere, and I haven't been to a show in that long where the bass just blew out my eardrums. For the openers, I like Homicide Gang. I've been listening to them for years now. I did not think they were great. Destroy Lonely followed up, and I'm not a big Destroy Lonely guy, but he actually did a really good job. He's a good performer. And then Ken Carson is also a great performer. I wish he would have been maybe a little more energetic and used some of his like more just rage or aggressive songs, but I think he did pretty good. The openers definitely did their job, and I can't remember how much I paid for the ticket. I think $120. I would say for the openers alone, I would say that was a good build-up. And now, to get on the Playboi Carti, I thought he was great. I love Pop Out. It was the top of my Spotify rap this year. I have listened to it over 300 times. It is, and I'm going to say this, and this is a crazy take, but I guarantee you it's going to age well. Pop Out, I think, is a perfect Playboi Carti song, and within the next few years, I guarantee it's going to be up there, if not just a maybe little bit lower than Long Time. And let me tell you, when I heard that song at the arena I was at, oh my God, the bass on that is so nasty, so good. I love the synths, and they replayed the song again. I will say kind of something that did bother me was, I believe it was DJ Swamp Izzo. He was just spamming that so much, and a lot of the times it wasn't even on beat. It was just like, he was just spamming it. And when I was there, I didn't even notice. It was honestly, it was great for the hype. But when I go back and listen to recordings of it, it kind of does take me out a little bit. But aside from that, he played some great songs, a lot of Whole Lot of Red songs. The energy was just there. The lights, like I said, the fog, the fire. Like, he curated such a fantastic atmosphere. And that's kind of what I want to like talk about most in this video, is that before seeing Playboi Carti live, I haven't really been to a lot of rap shows like that. And I know rappers rap over their songs with a backtrack in the background, and that's always something that hasn't bothered me, but has just been kind of, I've been kind of meh on. And I guess what I have to say is, if I was dragged to that concert and you were to put me on Playboi Carti, I don't think I would have liked that at all, because he doesn't really rap. He doesn't sing. He'll just kind of every now and then go, yeah, yeah. Or he'll do his ad-libs. And at first, once I left, I was like, it kind of just rubbed me wrong, because I'm used to hardcore shows where everything they're doing there is just completely organic. But now that I've thought about it more, and I've thought about his style, I really don't think he can do anything else. And when you think about Playboi Carti, you think of him as a rapper initially, and he is, but Playboi Carti's music is more built for the atmosphere. As an artist, he is someone who curates a vibe and adds to a song by being another instrument, essentially. His style with the ad-libs and the kind of non-traditional form of rapping is more of an instrument that's layered in with the beat. And I think he did a very good job of making the atmosphere pop and just feel aggressive and brutal and lively. You couldn't see him. I don't think I saw him maybe like 5 times on the screen, because he's covered in black. There's smoke everywhere. I didn't even know where he was half the time. But after thinking about it a little bit more, I think that really works for him. And I was very satisfied with the concert. If you like Playboi Carti, I definitely recommend seeing him live. If you don't like Pop Out, that is the one thing I can say will change your mind because that song is fucking awesome live. Aside from that, I think the only low point was when he played Carnival, and all of the high schoolers around me were losing their marbles to that, which, it's fine. I do not like Carnival, but I understand that it's a very popular song and cool. Aside from that, I would have liked to see him a little bit more. That would have been nice. But I will say on the songs where he was rapping, or I guess singing, you would say, like Stop Breathing, Rockstar Made, On That Time, those songs were really meant for him to just scream in the mic and really put that energy there. I feel like he kind of transitioned a little bit away from that on music, which is why some of them were just kind of, but like I said, he did a very good job of curating the atmosphere. And essentially, he's more of a DJ or a hype man for his own songs, which I also think is interesting. And one of the most interesting parts is after being at hardcore shows and just rock shows and just traditional shows like that, I thought it was very interesting how I didn't really know what I was going to expect, but this thing was more like a rave than a traditional concert, which I really wasn't expecting that, but I think he's got this down to a T. I think there could be a little bit more improvements he could do. I think his style is just so odd that it is very hard to do live, but for the most part, I really enjoyed that concert. If you like Playboi Carti, I highly recommend you seeing him live. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. If you have seen him live, say in the comments down below when you saw him or what your favorite part about seeing him live was. And if you want to see him, buy the tickets.